So why do they keep listening to them?
I know, Dave. I said we are trying our best to play nice, but this is like the beginning of it. I mean, okay, we need to start screenshotting it, and we don't have to use the names. Listen. Here's the thing: it's like how much this has been going on for how long that they've been doing this?
Since I would say since like 2018. 2020, all right, hold on. 2019.
Okay, all right, yeah, I would say so too. Right from the beginning of the so-called QAnons, you know, the explainers or whatever, this has been going on.
The problem aren't the Q posts themselves. It was everyone trying to explain them to other people who were reading the same posts. I mean, it was mind-numbing.
Now,
dude, everything they say, like even this past Sunday, yesterday. Oh, right. June 14th, it's all happening. It's Freedom Day. Freedom Day on Trump has the thing set up at the White House and all. Yeah, they had a great time at the.
The big announcement was that fighter who talked about Michelle Obama. That was the big thing.
Yeah, that was the big thing, and they've been trying to erase that.
No, listen, guys. No. I mean, I'm just saying in general. I mean, I've seen some people applauding it, like people that I know. I was like, oh wait, whoa. You know, what are we? That is exactly what people could look at and say, oh my goodness, like that. I mean, on a stage like that.
But their followers continue to follow them, even though they're constant. Okay, like for example, now the big thing today is the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, is meeting, and they're going to revalue currencies. Allegedly, even the U.S. dollar, everything's being revalued.
Right?
Really?
Well, and here's the next date. The next day is what is it? When is the new dollar, Federal Reserve dollar? You got to be careful to say that has Trump's signature on it. What is it pegged for a certain date? July 4th?
I think they'll debut it on the 4th of July.
Okay, regardless of what it is, okay. If you're just joining us, by the way, make sure you share this because we are going to feature a new map video today. It'll be on Facebook later on, but you get to see it first. But what we're talking about here, and you just caught us because we've been talking about this. It's these people. The last one was just watch for June 14th. Something big's going to happen or whatever.
Well, it was supposed to be, and then it's all these different dates. Right now, the dates will come and go, and then they'll just add more dates. Oh, but we found out that this is the date.
All right, Dave. You want to say hello to some people?
Yeah, we got to say hello to people. Hold on. All right. Crypto Prophet's here twice.
Oh, I like him. Is he going to challenge you?
No. He's a good guy. Phil is here. Larry made it. That's fantastic.
Oh, can we say Larry's going to be here Wednesday?
Yeah, Larry will be on with us on Wednesday. So
all right, good.
That's excellent. For those that want to watch that, Larry always has some excellent insights into what's going on. All right, Tracy's here. Wonderful. Ginger. Stella made it. Stella, I got a fun story for you about the little cat neighborhood I had set up.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, maybe she could insert your cat into her cat pictures.
Matt is here. Matt, good to see you. As always, Therese, Donna, William, Aaron. Aaron, good to see you, Aaron. That's great. Let's see. Who else we got? The gang's all here. Mary Elizabeth is here. Wonderful.
All right. So
we're just going nuts because these people, they just are nonstop spewing fake information.
Okay.
It's not even information. It's not information. It's just plain old lies. They're just posting lies, and everyone goes, "Oh, that's what it's supposed to be."
Yeah, well, the part of the problem is with this, and this is where we are fundamentally different, because a lot of people don't know that what we really do here is we explain to you in simple terms what's going on. We're going to talk about Anthropic today, right? We're going to talk about that. Wait till you see the one about the biolabs. But we explain things very simply so people could understand. That is why I said Friday. I am not joking with this. With the George Jr. magazine, get it, even if you don't have a child, read it, and then just give it away, donate it to the nursing home. Because that is how I know I do it, because I've learned to explain things very simply. These other so-called podcasters, they don't do that. So they always have to have like, oh, this is keep you engaged by saying something's going to happen with their non-existent contacts.
All right. Look, and we get it. There are a lot of people out there that have built their own personal identities within their family or within their friend group or their co-workers, whatever, that they have inside info, that they're insiders. And they feel that way because of what these MAGA posters and podcasters have put online. And the people, it's hard once you've built your identity around that. It's hard to let that go. But the problem with these MAGA podcasters is some of it is straight up lies, but a good majority of it is a twisting of the truth to make you who follow them look foolish when you tell other people things, and nothing like that happens.
Okay. So, right. Okay. Just so you know, we're going to cover the first one with the biolab thing. Should we just start it? Okay, just start it.
Yeah,
okay,
let's do the biolab one.
Okay, here we go. All right, everyone. This is the lead story in today's dispatch. A reminder that you can get the dispatch for free. Every Monday through Friday, you get an email, and in that email, you have all these stories. Some are news items that we just happen to like. Other ones, like this one, it's an original. This is an original, and I'll read it slowly here. Ukraine biolabs, Hunter Biden and the Pentagon, the viral conspiracy that falls apart on contact. Okay? I'll read it here.
A deep dive into the Ukraine biolab frenzy, how QAnon explainers, Russian disinformation, and Hunter Biden rumors fused into a viral narrative that collapses under basic fact-checking. And that's pretty much all we had to do. There is such a plethora of information out there about how this situation originated, what its purpose was, how it's overseen. All of it is there in a massive amounts of information, and all it takes is some Russian propaganda, because Russia used this as a pretext, to invade Ukraine. Right, and then they got dummies in MAGA to, replicate what they were saying.
This is why you need to listen to us, because you don't want to be caught saying this when your sister is like my sister. For example, if I said, hey, everybody, we're celebrating our 4th of July. Did you know about these biolabs that they have in Ukraine? You know what my sister would say? She would say, whoa, listen, these are not for weapons. It's biolabs for this or this emergency or whatever. She would correct me, and then you would feel dumb if you said this.
Right. Or they would pull out their phone, do a cursory research on the situation, find all sorts of information on it that's readily available and transparent, and then you look like a crazy person.
Right. Because now, especially, forget Google, just by Copilot or whatever on your phone, Gemini. Is it true they have bio weapon labs there? And it's all going to give you these bona fide explanations of what it is. Okay. Now, This came about 4 years ago. And listen, propaganda is alive and well in America. And
crypto profit. So are those labs real? Yes, the labs are real, but not okay. It's like, give me an example. This would be the Russian propaganda. In Manhattan Island are biolabs, and they're housed in hospitals, and they're for gain of function research on viruses and everything else. And it's awful. There's about 10 of them throughout the island of Manhattan. Is that true? Yeah.
Right.
There's about 10 hospitals.
Right.
Do the hospitals have labs? Yeah, they got labs where they run blood tests and they do research and they check and see if you've got this disease, that disease, the other. Yeah, that's true. So you see, if you want to believe that those labs within those hospitals are up to no good, well, it's your choice to believe it. Is it true? No.
You know, really quick, and I'll show the video and leave it here. Long time ago, I had a friend of mine who said, okay, FEMA is going to assassinate people because they have their makeshift coffins. Okay. Do they have it? Yeah, if there's an earthquake, they're going to have to put the people in body bags and everything. But is it to murder people? And that's what it is. It's like all these things come out like
it's the implication. It's the implication. Now, William is bringing out Victoria Nuland. You know, you got to realize that a lot of these people, you don't know who in the world they were. And frankly, I know the next one you're going to say is Tulsi Gabbard, and maybe that's why she's being shown the door. So let's just keep it like it is, right? We're not going to believe 4 PowerPoint slides of utter nonsense against volumes of information going way back on the origination of these things.
I am not saying that anyone says these things is nefarious in that, but you realize that propaganda is alive and well if you are allowed to propaganda.
And there it is right there. See, all they did was they threw Obama into it. Oh, and Obama set them up or some craziness. Obama's involved.
All right.
That's how they got the MAGA people. Oh, it's Obama.
Right. Okay. Regardless of what it is, I don't even need to do it. Research it yourself. Read the article if you want, but research it yourself. Here's the thing. This is how it came about. A long time ago, besides everything else, Russia basically invaded Ukraine. So is Russia going to go to the United Nations where they are a part of the Security Council, which has veto power, right? Is that what it is with them? Okay. Yeah. So is Russia, after they invade Ukraine, this is 4 years ago, you think they're going to be like, hello, United Nations, we just invaded Ukraine because, quite frankly, we want more territory and we want the money from the rare earth elements there. So we invaded Ukraine.
You really think Ukraine is the breadbasket of the world? Don't forget that with the wheat fields.
Right. Do you really think that that's what they say? Or do they say, wait a minute, there's biolabs there. We need to go in there and stop them from killing our people. So this is what happened 4 years ago. And this is what was said in actually the United Nations. The first person you see talking is the guy from Ukraine. And he even uses our favorite word here. See if you could pick it up here. False flag. Here we go, 50 seconds.
We know quite well that the manic obsession with which Putin fantasizes about non-existent biological or chemical weapons or hazards in Ukraine is very dangerous. It may actually point at Russia preparing another horrific false flag operation.
Now, a number of other members of the Security Council said that Russia had not presented evidence to back up their allegations regarding the development of biological weapons in Ukraine. And the United Nations itself has said that it is unaware of any actions by the Ukrainian government that are inconsistent with its international treaty obligations on chemical or biological weapons.
Okay, so Russia goes in to Ukraine under the guise of these biolabs, and then presents no proof to the United Nations at all, except what they did was they convinced MAGA podcaster dummies to recite their propaganda points.
And let me explain something when it comes to this. Bioweapons is a war crime. Okay? It is. Just research it yourself. Ask if Russia has a bioweapons program. Figure it out this way. All right.
Well, all we want to say to you guys is this. The information is easily found. I mean, nobody's hiding anything. So look at the origins of why these things were originated, how our Defense Department is involved, and what the purpose was and is, and that is carried on. So and as Secretary Rubio said, even in this conflict with Russia, we've chosen a side.
Yeah,
we're with Ukraine.
Yeah, guys, even when it comes to this, we are the ones 4 years ago, 5 years ago, I was all part of this. I know this because I was traveling all around the country, and the only ones that would display a Ukrainian flag, we would go around saying, oh, there's a liberal, there's a Democrat, there's everything. Because I was on Russia's side, because it's like, oh, Russia and Trump are secretly taking down the deep state. I was part of that. But just look at where we are now. Forget everything. Look at where Trump is. All right. Ready for the next one?
Gene has been deprogrammed.
It's not even with it. Find out what Trump.
Tell them the cigar story. You got to tell them the cigar story. Come on. Give these poor people. They've been suffering all weekend. They're waiting for the show. Don't laugh with
I listened to someone that said that nicotine was good for you, that would help you cure whatever was going on with you.
No, he's softening it. This lunatic chiropractor, and you know these chiropractors, they think they know everything. They're doctors. They're not doctors. So,
they are doctors. They are doctors.
No, they're not. The doctor of chiropractic. They go to a whole separate little school.
I know, but
they're not in medical school. Right. Call your sister. Call your sister right now and ask her if chiropractors are doctors.
We know.
Yeah, what is this?
This is going to be
they're not
viral.
Doctors.
It's going to be viral. All right, go ahead.
All right, so here's the thing. So the guy tells Gene, you know, all these people that took that vaccine, that got the shot, they are, I don't know how, but in some way they're shedding their vaccine germs onto you if you're in close proximity. And the only way to negate it is with cigar smoke, not nicotine, because that could be cigarettes, that could be a nicotine patch.
I think it was the nicotine, because it does have nicotine. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, but that wasn't the essence of it. It was deliberately cigar smoke. So me and Bonzo here are on a call, and he's smoking a cigar. I said, oh, that's the first time I saw you smoking a cigar. He says, yeah. Listen, I got all this information about these. And I'm looking at him, I'm going, dude, there is no snake venom in these vaccines that you're going to negate with cigar smoke. Who fed you this? Anyway, long story short, it turns out he starts developing a cough. He's got a problem. And I said, look, you guys just stop with the cigar nonsense. And he did, and it cleared up.
It did.
Yeah.
That's how it feels when I learn something. All right. You ready? Oh my goodness. Okay.
Learn that chiropractors aren't doctors.
I'm gonna. This one is going to be a viral.
They're
because
doctors of chiropractic.
So that means they're a doctor. You just proved it. All right.
It's like a dentist.
A dentist is a doctor.
They got their whole separate.
They're okay.
Dentistry. You have the practice.
You could be a PhD and be a doctor,
right? You have the practicing dentist, and then you have the orthodontist.
I got to go to the dentist in 2 days.
Does the surgery part of it?
Oh, all right. You ready to do this?
They ain't going to like NYU med school. They're not going there. They're going to some chiropractic school on Canal Street.
I did a wedding of a chiropractor. You gotta listen to this. I did a wedding of a chiropractor, and all through everyone was like, "Oh, doctor, doctor, doctor." No lie. I think it was his best man passed out, and then he was like, "Oh, we need a doctor." So a doctor.
Of course, exactly.
All right.
Why didn't he give him a neck adjustment while he was playing?
All right, we got to calm down. Calm down. Where's my gone? All right, here we go. This is next story on the Dispatch. Peace in Hormuz. All right, markets are good. Dave, I didn't check the stock market. Is doing well.
It was up about 600-700 points.
Okay. Today. Now, Dave Blaze got interviewed this Saturday with Rodney from, what is it, Air TV?
Air TV International.
International.
A big European concern.
European thing. This is what Dave Blaze said on Saturday. And I believe the peace agreement was on Sunday morning, or when was the peace agreement?
Yeah, Trump announced that Sunday or Saturday. Sunday.
Okay. Anyway, when this was filmed, you can see what Dave says here. Also, don't forget, share this because in segment 6, we're doing the debut of the new video that we just did, the map video, the spooky dookie. All right, here we go. This is what Dave said Saturday, filmed before the agreement. Here we go.
I believe shortly we may all be saying, thank goodness the Iran situation has been resolved. I don't think it will be resolved, but there will be a deal.
There will be a deal. There will be a deal because President Trump said the magic words. He said, and I think in a night or two, we're going to just take Karg Island. And with that, the Iranians were like, no, all right, well, we'll figure something out. So the bottom line here is there's going to be all stipulations. The Iranians want the money. See, we sanctioned off billions and billions of dollars from them, and they fooled the Obama administration into giving them the money. Trump's not giving them a dime until they do what they say, and even then, he's going to trickle it in. See, let me just add to this. President Obama, and his whole administration, which was made up of a lot of the Muslim Brotherhood, believe it or not. But his whole administration, they wanted Iran, not Israel, Iran to be the superpower in the region. That was the whole purpose of the agreement with Iran and so on. That was the reason why they gave him the money up front. That was all of that was so Iran could grow into this superpower with Hamas and Hezbollah and all of that. And little by little, get rid of Israel. Okay? They were saving it. They were saving Israel for last. Now, you have to hear this. The Lord used brought Trump back into office. Regardless of all the court cases and everything else. He gets reelected and completely flips that whole thing over, where Iran now is no longer the superpower in that region, and the whole thing has become reorganized.
Now, so people know, and you double check these facts here. So when we're talking the money, the United States sanctions their money from them. So basically, it's like going to a criminal, so to speak, and saying your money is frozen.
Right.
So this is their money, and Trump is basically saying, yeah, we'll give you back your money, but only if we see you doing what we say. Is that a correct way of saying it?
Yeah. It's going to be performance based. So now, of course, the Iranians, because they're quintessential liars, they'll be out there.
The Iranian regime, please.
Yeah, the regime, not the people themselves. The people themselves, though, are going to benefit greatly from this deal, and I'll get into that. But the Iranian regime is going to say, "Oh, we got everything, and the Americans are going to send us all the money and all of this stuff." That's not happening. That's not happening. And you're going to see the usual suspects on X, the MAGA podcasters and posters. They'll be all, "Oh, look, Trump failed. We can't believe it. They're going to be sending Iran all the money." And it's not happening. Okay, so that's point one. What is happening is that this agreement, which they agreed on all of the concepts, the main concepts, and the main concept, of course, that Iran will never have a nuclear weapon. But this has already been agreed to by all the other nations in the area. So it's not just the United States and Iran that are negotiating. It's Pakistan, it's Saudi Arabia, it's United Arab Emirates, it's Qatar, it's Egypt, it's Turkey, it's everyone. Everyone's involved with this. No one wants Iran to have a nuclear weapon because they've been dealing with these nut jobs for 47 years. And Trump is the only American president that had the backbone to get this done.
Right.
So they're all in on it, and it's going to be good for everybody. The Iranian people will benefit because now there's going to be a large inpouring of development that will come into Iran to build it back up.
Right. And really quick, because I know we've brought this out before, this whole thing is not about Muslims versus Jews.
No.
Remember, if you look at all the states, and we've learned it very well, there's Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, Qatar, you have Iran, and you have all these different countries there. Some are aligned. Muslim countries are actually aligned with Israel.
Oh, yeah, very much so.
Yeah, so just understand that it's not like Muslims versus Jews. It is regimes, moderate regimes or moderate governments versus extremist governments. That's what it is.
Right.
All right.
And Tracy makes a good point. Yeah, that's why they post what they do. It's to undermine and get you to turn against the Trump administration.
Okay, I am also going to defend some of these people that say that because we don't know. Yes, are some of them people that are actual traders that have been taking foreign money to do this? I'm sure. But the thing is, also you have to remember, there are some people that really don't want a Trump 2.0. When I say that, a Vance or a Rubio, because it's only 2 years until the election. So we're not talking, let's just park the evilness of it, right? The traitor stuff. There will be propaganda and lies because they want to say, oh, Trump is doing an awful job. This sucks. Because if he does a great job, I am telling you, a Vance Rubio ticket, if that's it, will beeline to the front and you can't stop it. No, there's going to be no way to stop it because it's like, this is good. This is the Trump continuation.
Right. And that's what it will be. It'll be, like Gene just said, it'll be a Trump 2.0. So already we have the groundwork being laid. The Epstein file thing is dead. It's gaining no more traction online. They're saying, oh, what about Epstein? What about Epstein? That's all washed out. So they needed something new.
Right. Okay.
In comes the biolab bit.
Right. I am not 100% saying that at all that Nikki Haley's involved in any of this. All I'm saying is, if I were Nikki Haley, I would say that I don't want I won't say that she don't want what's best for America, but if she wants to go back into power or be a presidential candidate with that, she doesn't need everything to be peachy clean, because Vance will beeline into the presidency that way.
That's right. So that's 100% correct. So what they have to do is they have to, this gang, remember how we framed it to you. They are the rebranded Clinton gang that was thrown out of Arkansas, thrown out of other areas. And that's who this network is. They're just a rebranded Clinton network. So, okay. So now they have to create scenarios that will pull base support away from Vance and Rubio as a Trump 2.0 ticket. And they're going to attempt to do it with this biolab nonsense. They'll be screaming biolab now just as long as they did Epstein.
And again, this is why Turning Point USA and Erica Kirk were so attacked, because the first thing she said was, hey, that's my man, not physically. That's my man, Vance. I will support Vance to be the next president.
Right.
And then people like, wait a minute. If she does do that, our guys are going to be cut off from it.
Right.
So that's what's going on here. It's a jockeying for position because of who will replace Trump. And it's already starting. Guys, this is not that far away. All right. Really quick.
Interesting stuff.
Yes.
Interesting stuff.
Reminder that Zelenskyy congratulated Trump on turning 80. Reminder that we are supporting Ukraine by letting us sell them weapons. Okay? So it was Trump's birthday yesterday.
By the way, the fights were unbelievable. It was a big deal. They had far more viewers than any Super Bowl.
Right. All right.
I mean, this was a big deal, and believe me, the network gang is all sorts of upset today.
Okay. We have an influx of people that joined in. Don't forget, this is only segment 3. When we get to segment 6, we have the debut of the new video, and you're going to love it. But this is what I posted yesterday on all our channels. You're going to love this. 2 minutes. You're going to love it. Birthday with Donald Trump. Here we go. All right. Today is Donald Trump's birthday, and we'll give you a story about Donald Trump on his birthday and show you a picture that has never been seen before. Here we go. Now, here's the thing. I was with Donald Trump on his birthday before. What an honor, first of all, to spend the birthday with Donald Trump. But when I was doing that, I was told, because I was his photographer at the time, play down the birthday. Donald Trump doesn't want everyone saying happy birthday and all this stuff. So that's what I did. By the way, it didn't really work. Everyone was like, happy birthday and all this stuff. Here's my point. At the time, I was like, okay, maybe Donald Trump doesn't care about birthdays. But 1 week later, and I'm going to show you a photo that has never been seen before. I took this photo of Donald Trump with this young lady. And here he is. If you notice, he actually bought a cupcake for this young girl for her birthday. Basically, he found out that it was his birthday or her birthday, and he says, get her a cake. I'm going to give it to her. Unbelievable. But here's the thing. That wasn't done for anybody. That was just me seeing him behind the stage. It wasn't for like publicity or anything. So Donald Trump respected this young girl's birthday, but with him, he really doesn't care. And it's interesting because all of this is coming out right now in this book, America's 250th. These are many photos that have never been seen before of Donald Trump that I put here. You could get it at georgemagazine.com. It's limited edition. Each one is signed by me and with also a number there. By the way, this one is one of 1776. This is the one that I'm going to give to Donald Trump. Anyway, think about it and think about how Donald Trump's birthday, that he doesn't care about his own birthday, but he cares about other people's birthdays. All right.
There it is.
I tell you,
another original image, Gene, that you took while you were with him. That should make all the people that said that you were never there really look like a bunch of dopes.
Yeah, and a part of that, by the way, is when I wrote Trumpography, I was wondering, like, okay, should I just do a picture book or should I actually tell this story? And I did it the opposite. I decided to tell the stories first. And so now the pictures are coming out. There was also other reasons, Dave Blaze, is during the time, there were some pictures that early on I was told cannot be shown. For whatever reason, some of them Trump wanted to distance, or the campaign, I should say, distance themselves from that person. And there's also the other ones that really was the opposite, if you could believe it. People that took pictures of Donald Trump, but like really didn't want it out there because he at the time was still toxic to some in the Republican Party. But now it's all over and you can see it now. So just go to georgemagazine.com and get your book there.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And for those that have them on order, look.
Yeah. Thank you.
Nobody is under more pressure to have these signed and so forth than I am applying to this man here. He gets a verbal beatdown every day. Gene, you got to sign. You got to sign more. He said, "Dave, my hand is killing me." So we're trying.
I stay very busy. My days are very long. I put together this show. Me and Dave do this, so the days are long. But you will get them, and I do see the emails. Okay, Dave. Let's. This one's big. Don't forget to share.
It's not like he's got. It's not like he signs his name real quick. You would think he would. Gene Ho. I mean, it's only what, 6 letters. So how long does that take? It's like he's tracing one of those. Like he's sending in an artwork to remember those things you would trace and send it in. See if you're an artist. That's how he does it. It's like
it's also because I'm doing this. I'm signing it in Chinese as well.
You're not signing it in Chinese. And then he takes the embosser that we have an embosser which goes over the number, so that somebody can't play around with the authentication certificate.
And it's just so you guys know the number. I see it advertising it. It's a erase non-washable ink, the ones you use for writing text.
So it is time consuming, and we're not going to rush the process because these things are valuable. So. All right.
Okay. Here we go. This one's big. Dave, I'm going to need some help on this one to understand exactly what's going on. I'll read it. White House imposes Anthropic export limits, partly due to suspicions over Chinese access. Dave, I'm going to need your help in understanding what's going on here.
Well, the first thing is, what did they do? Take that guy's picture on his worst day?
Who is that? The CEO of Anthropic?
Yeah. I mean, normally he's like put together. There, he looks like, I don't know, like they just roughed him up in the back.
All right, what's going on here, Dave? I'm trying to figure this out.
Well, what's happening is so Anthropic came out with this artificial intelligence that they call Mythos.
Okay, really quick. Anthropic's a company, or is it a software?
Anthropic is a company like OpenAI or SpaceX.
Okay.
Or Gene Ho is not my dad. Like any of those other corporations. So Anthropic is a company. This guy's the CEO, and they came out with an artificial intelligence called Mythos. And what Mythos does is it reviews, let's say, an operating system, and finds exploits, not necessarily bugs, but means of penetration and exploit in the operating system, and then will help the company fix it. However, if this artificial intelligence falls into devious hands, then that same artificial intelligence could be used to write code to execute on that exploit, and thereby stealing it or causing people a lot of problems. Be like if they found an exploit in Mac OS or iOS, and Mythos was used to penetrate your phones.
Okay, Dave, it's just like I used to be a gamer. I used to play World of Warcraft. When they have
not being a gamer.
When you have
cosplayer.
When you have a game, the software companies will hire
Did you wear a robe? Did you have the robe?
Yes, I had the robe. All right. So when you go have a game,
I'm not laughing. World of Warcraft was a big deal. I'm sorry.
We have people that they pay to play the game to look for mistakes. Is this what Menthos?
No. That would be like beta testing, right?
Okay.
So I'll give you an example. Let's say somebody came out with a new game. You have a big launch, World of Warcraft, whatever you want to call it. There might be bugs in the game that can be fixed by the programmers, but those bugs would not allow anybody to steal the game, right? And get to the source code of the game.
Okay.
What Mythos does, Mythos finds exploits, let's call it a bug, same thing, that if it's penetrated, they could steal the source code of the game.
But Menthol. I was getting Mythos. But Mythos program is designed for good. I hate to be like that.
It's designed for good, of course.
But people could
fall into the wrong hands. It could be used for bad.
Isn't that a movie? What movie was that from? It could be if it fell into the wrong hands. Okay.
That's every movie. It's every movie. But that's what's going on. Now what was happening is Anthropic discovered that the Chinese were siphoning off the artificial intelligence.
All right.
And they discovered this, and they had to put a stop to it. And then they made a very public announcement, because otherwise China would be using, well, not the Chinese people, but the CCP would be using Mythos to penetrate our operating systems.
Are they using lasers with laser beams?
No, they're not using the Jew lasers from the sky that are used for direct weather weapons.
Here is a 30-second
video.
video.
Matter of fact, I saw George Soros flying over my house in one of those satellites.
All right, just double checking. All right, this is 30 seconds. You'll understand this video a lot more. Here we go.
So if you're really, really good at writing computer code, it's not that far away to be really, really good at hacking computer code. And what we've seen is an explosion, a qualitative shift in just how much these models can achieve. This is the latest and greatest Anthropic model, and it is capable of executing, not just finding a bug, but exploiting that bug, going through all the links of the cyber kill chain to successfully execute attack, and doing so autonomously.
So in other words, what the Chinese could do is they could attack, let's say, Mac OS, right? And Apple wouldn't be able to figure out where it's coming from.
Okay.
And then the Chinese would steal the source code and come out with their own OS. What would they call it, Gene? If it's not Mac OS, it could be what?
You gotta be, David. Will you set me up some stuff? I might slip.
I teed that one up for you.
All right, guys. By the way, we are going to make an announcement. I think maybe next week for subscribers. There is an added benefit that you're gonna love if you're a subscriber. Now, we call subscribers a subscriber of anything from the actual magazine, the digital, even like on this, the crypto, you can have updates on it if you're that subscriber, or this subscriber to Ageless Tech. But we are making an announcement, so just do that. But the reason why I bring that out is if you haven't gotten this, understand how AI works, because obviously we explain what's going on with it, and so you can understand what's going on. Now, someone mentions Anthropic, you know what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, go.
Our AI book and the updates will give you some unbelievable information and insights. So when these things start happening and you see these things in the news and all of that, you'll have an understanding for it. And you won't be like, oh, what's that?
Right. Yep. All right. Guys, Stick around. We just have the new map, but now it's the devotional time. Dave and I feel very proud of this. We started with the devotional, putting in the dispatch. We actually started a long time ago, actually putting a daily devotional. We feel very proud of it. Now what I'd like to do is, this is the one I did today, 2 minutes. This is the devotional.
Nobody thought when they came on the show today that they were going to have a little bit of church.
Yes, but we feel like it's our, we feel good we're doing what is right in the Lord. So here we go. 2 minutes, my devotional from today. Here we go. Grow in your understanding. Have you ever heard of a person in the Bible called Epaphras? You probably didn't. But if you lived back then, you probably did, especially if you lived in Colossae, because he was one of the ones that shared with people the gospel of Christ. Now, here's the thing. The scripture there says, since the day ye heard of it and knew the grace of God in truth, as ye also learned of Epaphras. Now, here's the thing. That's great and wonderful that they learned the truth and they learn about the gospel of Christ. But what was the Apostle Paul's prayer for these ones and believers in Jesus Christ today? The scripture today is from Colossians 1:9, and it reads there, for this cause we also, since the day we heard it, do not cease to pray for you and to desire that ye might be filled with the knowledge of his will in all wisdom and spiritual understanding. So here you have people that understand the gospel of Christ, put faith in Jesus. But what was Paul's hope and prayer for Christians today? Basically, that you would grow in understanding. See, it's very easy for some people to say, oh, you just have to have Jesus. You need more Jesus. But that's very vague. What the Apostle Paul was praying for is for us to gain true understanding, true spiritual discernment and understanding. So what this reminds us to do is actually go back into the Bible, learn about it, pray about it, and stay focused on the Bible and not just wild emotions that, hey, we feel great because we love the Christ. But this, we want to make sure that we have full understanding of what the Bible says. And quite frankly, sometimes that means some digging for us and getting back into the Bible. Okay.
Excellent.
All right.
Excellent.
So, thank you so much for watching this. Okay, let's do this. We have a new video. We're going.
Yeah, let's do the map thing. Now, listen. This is how many parts is this, Gene?
Oh, it's going to be 4 parts, and it ties in with Covfefe. This to what we're releasing right now today is the introduction to it. By the way, it's based upon this Ethereum Realm Final Judgment map. This is our 3rd map. The other 2 you cannot even get anymore, or at least not from us. Now, the interesting thing here, Dave, is that with this, you never know when we're going to get told to put it down, pull it.
Yeah, well, that's what happened with the other 2 maps too. And this, we understand, this is the final projection. There's not going to be any other maps coming after this. This is it. This lays out everything that's been detailed. So, all right, Gene, go ahead.
Okay, here we go. So this is the first one. We're debuting it right after. Don't forget, you can go to Project Looking Glass and see the other ones, but here we go. All right, I get it. You want to go spooky dooky with me, but this one is a 4-part series and you're going to love it because we're talking about this, the Ethereum Realm. This map you could get at georgemagazine.com. The other 2 maps, by the way, you can't even get anymore. And if you go to projectlookingglass.org, you can see all the connections, confirmations that we put over the years. But this one is very interesting because this one also ties in with Covfefe, and we'll explain it all in a 4-part series. This is the first one. Now, what you're looking for in this map is right here. You see a black horse here, and notice what it says. It says black horse famine. Right over here, you see the black horse. Now, keep in mind that this map came out about a month and a half ago. Here's the interesting thing. What just happened in the news? Look at this, United Nations. And by the way, this says peace and security. The date says May 12th, 26. This came out after this. And remember, all of these things are a precursor to all the things spoken of in the book of Revelation. You could get it, map it out. But notice this. Remember the famine there? What just happened in Congo? 26.5 million people facing food insecurity. This is massive. And this is happening right there, exactly where that horse is. That's where Congo is. So as we move along with this, it's going to be a 4-part series. Check back. The second part's coming up, and we're going to talk about cobalt and how it all ties in with Covfefe. Okay.
Yeah, this is big, Gene. 2 points. The reason that this projection is called the Ethereum realm is because we live in the Ethereum realm. It's the ether, right? And this is the realm of that's contained within the ether. So it's the Ethereum realm. Also, all of what you see on that map, like Gene said in the video, are precursors to the judgments that will come, that are future and detailed in the book of Revelation. So now we're starting to put modern, today's news is being implemented right where it looks like those judgments initiated.
Hey, listen, guys, the other thing about this is look at the track record. That's why we keep pointing to ProjectLookingGlass.org. We had an article talking about the Ephesians Committee. You have all these things going on, but look at the track record of not only the magazine covers, but the 2 calendars, the other 2 maps, and now you have this one. It's only been out a month and a half, and this is our 4th video. In fact, the other videos, the 3 more coming, will take us to almost 7 videos or so, basically one coming all at one after another on this map. So, all right.
It's real. I got to tell you, it's mind-boggling stuff.
When you have this and you can see it, I have mine right here. That's what I'm showing off. It's a nice way to people when they come into your place or your office and they see that, like, what's this? Hey, you know what? It's also a great way to witness, but you could tell them, hey, look what just happened here in Congo.
Right, and that's another thing. And then one of the purposes of it, it's a great way to witness, and also for yourself. You look at it and you see the different things, and then dig them out in the scriptures. It creates a wonderful atmosphere to learning more from God's word.
One more thing, and then we'll finish up. I have the calendar here, which is already sold out. We're gonna do another video. You remember when we first put it out there, everyone was like, "Whoa!" It's like the cover of it was like war and everything, and that didn't happen yet with the war in Iran and even Maduro. But when you see this, look at July, and everything has come into shape. But we've been doing this a long time. So anyway, there's a video. We'll put it up on Facebook in just a little bit. Hey, Dave, you want to finish up with some fun baseball here?
Yeah, let's show them the great throw from Carl Yastrzemski's grandson.
Yes, so this was in the dispatch. We like to have some fun also. Braves outfielder bizarre throw allows Mets to score as Atlanta drops a series to rivals. The rivals are the Mets here. Anyway, I love this video.
This is great.
All right, here you go. 24 seconds.
Slashes one the other way. That's a base hit, and the Mets grab the lead. Soto's in to score. Young to third. He'll be held up there. A.J. Ewing with an opposite field. Double the drive and a run. The ball gets loose, and in to score comes Young.
Going with that pitch. The throw, he's in the corner. Oh, boy. That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
The announcers went on and on for like the whole game talking about that throw, because then it was like, there was a time when that pole wasn't there, it holds the netting and all this other stuff. But I just couldn't understand why he just didn't throw it down the third base line.
Well, the thing is, the power. These, if you ever see Major League Baseball, I like going to see the pitchers in the bullpen. These guys are throwing it to dig it against that and go all the way to the right field. It was like a pinball. It was great. Anyway.
Yeah. And the Mets. I think the Mets won that game 8-1.
Yes. Yeah. We're suffering through that, even though the Knicks won. All right. Dave,
the Knicks won. The Knicks won.
Yeah.
Can you believe that? And you got to think about it like this. There were a lot of bad ref calls against the Knicks in that final game. Quite a few.
Guys, we talked about the money
trying. It almost looks like, and I'm not saying that's what this is, but it would lead some to think maybe the refs wanted the big payday if they came back to Madison Square Garden. So, where they wouldn't necessarily call a foul or whatever, they were doing it. But our guy, man, on the Knicks, 45 points and just blew past all of it. Yeah. So it just goes to show you that the Knicks wanted to win. Period.
Yes. All right. Guys, thank you so much. Hope you can...
Wait, one more thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so afterwards, you have the crazy people in Manhattan.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
And they're setting buses on fire, smashing them up with baseball bats. Is this how you celebrate? Is this how the younger generation celebrates these days?
Yes.
I mean, there's no more, let's go out and have a drink for a celebration. Let's go do this for celebrate. Oh, that was a great game. You're grabbing baseball bats and you're beating up buses and then setting them on fire? Who does this?
All right. That's the applause for the baseball.
Next thing you'll know, they'll be smoking cigars to get rid of snake venom.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching once again. Today is Monday. Tomorrow we'll have another show. Larry Giordano is back on Wednesday. Yes. And other than that, thank you so much. Go to georgemagazine.com. And, could you do this while we have people? Go, please. I know some of you already did it. If you haven't, go to our YouTube, which is our smallest little thing, and just like and subscribe. That we're trying to get past a certain number.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you so much. That's great. Everybody made it.
Thank you guys so much. We will see you guys.
Wait a minute. I think I missed a couple of people. Did I? Listen, if I missed you today, I'm sorry. We were all involved with our craziness.
All right.
So
thank you so much, guys. We will see you guys tomorrow. And if you haven't, we're going to post the video up on Facebook and the other channels in just a second. All right. Thank you, guys. Thanks for checking us out. Don't forget to go to georgemagazine.com and sign up for the Dispatch. It's free. Get the emails and the news stories. And check us out Monday through Friday, 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You can check us out on Facebook and YouTube. We'll see you then.